Hey now, Renaissance Man Education here. My son and I were just talking. Now, before I jump back into his conversation, and I don't have my earbuds in, so you might hear all types of noise in the background. It's about 7 a.m. Technically, we're running late. When you see this upload, it might be, who knows what time, probably sometime in the afternoon on the American national holiday known as the 4th of July. And there's another young man who goes to work out with us, or whose father has requested that he work out with us. And there's been some adults who've asked about it. And I have my son make a couple of phone calls to see if the other young man is available and up and at him. You know, he's here for the summer, so his dad is elsewhere. So it's a little bit awkward to go knock on their door. So my son calls and texts if he can't get him, so forth and so on. And then there's a couple of adults. Sorry, y'all, I'm starting to get old. My eyes are bad. Well, bad, I don't know if bad is the word, but that sunlight in these eyes, they don't mix. All right, so anyway, couldn't get either one of the young man wasn't available, and the two adults who've been asking about getting in shape aren't available, and that's okay. We actually changed up what we were going to do to try to accommodate one of these gentlemen who was saying he was having some knee problems. So I was going to show him some knee strengthening exercise. You know, as you get older, fellas, if you've been playing sports when you were young, you got to protect those knees, especially if they're, you know, battered and bruised from lots of jumping on the basketball court, sprinting, shucks, any sport that involves a lot of running, especially football, since you can be getting hit too. But the first thing is, it's so important, as I've said numerous times before, although I know this channel isn't that old. I'm off in the summertime, and we started out doing our workouts outside of practice late, like 10, 11, 12 o'clock. So by the time we're done, I got a brief moment to get a nap before I go and operate the family business. And basically the whole day is going if that's the case. So having children is a blessing. I got a purpose to get up early, an extra added purpose to help my son to pursue his dreams. I'm giving him every opportunity I can. Life isn't about me anymore. It's about my children now. Hopefully having a wife too to go, you know, so I can have a complete family unit. So I'm working towards that as well. But right now, since I need to sacrifice for my son, we're up early. But even if you're not working out, and I do suggest you do your workouts early, just get it over with. That's your best bet, unless your schedule allows for it. Some people do work out at night because it makes them tired and sleepy, and I can't blame them for that. But when you wake up early, you can examine the stock market, you can read the news, which you need to be doing, so you can understand what's going on in the world. You can get yourself a decent meal, you can get some tasks out of the way, maybe a couple of chores before work. But here's the thing, if you wake up late, half the day is over by the time you start moving around. So what more could you have gotten done throughout your day by waking up early and doing what you need to do? See, I'll still be able to get some rest, but I'll be able to, because I do need, my 13-year-old son, he can just bounce back, and you know, after doing a whole football workout in the sun, he can turn cartwheels and stuff like that, and get up and go run around some more, or go ride his bike, or play the video game, or whatever. I got to take a nap, but I'm gonna have time to do that because I got up early for this purpose. So just think about that. And yes, it's a holiday, and yes, we're still putting the work in, because at the end of the day, the more prepared you are for a situation, the better. And when you make habits, it's best to just keep your good habits. When you break your routines, it's hard to get back into them. So we might start coming out here at 6 because the sun is already coming out. You want to try to get here for 6 tomorrow?
Preferably not.
You said preferably not? Well, one thing I can say, my son's finally becoming a teenager, so now he actually sleeps. When that rascal was 7, 8, 9 years old, he tried to stay up late and stay up 24 hours, but then it's time to go to church or time to go to school. Dad, I'm tired. So it's a good habit to have. You want to make good habits and keep them, because human beings are habit-forming creatures. If you make a bad habit, say you have a bad work ethic, or you don't have a good work ethic, you don't just wake up one morning and become a hard worker. Or let's say you don't study. You know, there's a bit of a learning curve to studying. If you wait until one crucial test to start studying and you haven't developed that habit, that test probably won't go so well for you. Now, you can develop the habit, but the point I'm making is repetition matters. I guess they started the party yesterday for 4th of July. They got trash out here at the park, but oh well, we have to do what we have to do anyway. Getting up early is a good habit. The sooner you can add it to your life, the better. But you may be saying, well, I'm tired when I get up early. Well, maybe you need to go to bed earlier. I know, I sound like I'm talking old man talk right now. But like old folks used to tell me, you keep on living and you'll learn what I'm talking about. But if you plan on being successful, you need to maximize the day and get as much done every day as you can. Now, as far as when you're trying to accommodate other people into whatever you might be doing, my son made a good point. I didn't figure this fella was going to show up to work out with us, not because he's a bad person. He hadn't developed the habit yet. But my son said, okay, well, Dad, give him the benefit of the doubt, because, you know, like you say, you want to be in shape for me and my sister, just in case you need whatever type of physical ability. And I told him that it's also more about longevity and quality of life. But see, this gentleman hasn't developed that habit yet. So we'll probably have the conversation once more, maybe twice more. He's got my number, he can call. But what I wanted my son to see was this. You don't have as many men in the world who solve problems as you do those who benefit from problem solvers, or who are not problem solvers themselves. So it's okay to give people the benefit of the doubt. Just don't hurt yourself in the process. Don't lose your time for whatever it was you were trying to get done, or whatever your goal is. But it's always okay to try to share information and share knowledge and share skill. But don't go out of your way doing it, and don't get upset if somebody, you know, isn't on the same schedule or doesn't have the same habits as you have. That was a good thing that my son said. Now, I noticed there's a few adults on this channel. Now, y'all know we're not going to usually play around too much with our time because it's crucial. We have people depending on us. But you young men, start building up good habits as you're progressing in life. If you meet people who are going the same places you're going, you can tell I just woke up. Good Lord. Anyway, as you're meeting people who are going in the same direction you are. Because another thing about human beings is usually you don't move up when you're in a group of people who don't have good habits. You don't just start a good habit, then the rest of the group picks up good habits. It usually doesn't work that way. It's usually the opposite. If you have good habits and you get in with the group with bad habits, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most or spend the most time with. So you'll end up going down in quality of behavior and actions and so forth and so on. So you want to be around another group of go-getters if you can. If not, then you want to spend your time trying to learn from people, because right now you have the internet. You have more and more community organizations that are outreaching, trying to help young men become the best that they can be. You find a way to somehow be in the presence of men who are trying to accomplish something and who are trying to go somewhere. If you're a young man, you're still in school, you find a group of kids who are trying to get things done, who play sports, who participate in different activities, who make good grades, so you can keep those good habits. You want people who are going to push you to be better around you, not folks who are going to be resisting against that, because next thing you know, you're picking up on bad habits, and later on in life, you're realizing, I shouldn't be around these people, I shouldn't be in this place, so forth and so on. Anyhow, we need to go ahead and hit the park, get this workout out of the way so we can get tasks and chores done, and so this son of mine can recover and be able to work out tomorrow, because we're going to lift weights tomorrow. Today we're doing some more strength and agility, mostly speed work. You bought your tennis shoes too, not just your cleats, right? Okay, excellent. All right, we got work to do. We'll see y'all later.